So we've had some craziness this week with the Rams. After coming off that incredible, incredible upset victory in Arizona, which was just oh so satisfying and possibly the most satisfying win of the year currently. But quickly after that, we got some news that more players were being added to the COVID-19 reserve list. As we all know, Daryl, we had a few guys on the COVID reserve list going into the game with Arizona, and mere hours before the game started, we the team found out that they were going to be without our star defensive back Jalen Ramsey and our starting tight end Tyler Higbee because they were being added on the list too. And so that was kind of crazy. And then we still beat arguably the best team in the NFL, mind you. So uh, I think that says just a little something about our Rams and how mentally tough they are. So, but that's for another video. I'm continuing on with this, and then the week goes on, and the Rams go ahead and add three more players to the COVID-19 reserve list, and now have a total of 16 players on the list. 16 players. So who are they? Let's take a look. Justin Hollins appears to be added on there. Let's see. Here we are. We have Jalen Ramsey, Sebastian Joseph Day, Rob Havenstein, Daryl Henderson, Bryson Hopkins, Juju Hughes, AJ Jackson, Jordan Fuller, Terrell Burgess, Odell Beckham Jr., Dante Dion, Jonah Williams, and Tyler Hall. Now, it's worth noting that Tyler Higbee is now off of the list. He missed Monday's game, but he is now off. And right now, Higbee and Kendall Blanton are the only active tight ends of this moment. And everyone else is still on the list. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It is that's a lot of players, man. And I'm just that's if any of them or a good number of them have to miss this important matchup that we have against Seattle this weekend, it's gonna hurt. But here's the thing: I'm actually not too worried because what I saw Monday night, like I'm actually really encouraged because we got depth. Like we had practice squad players coming in and locking down DeAndre Hopkins and AJ Green and and we beat and we still won, y'all. We still won despite having a bunch of players off. So I this yeah I still feel like we're gonna beat the Seahawks. I really do. I'm riding pretty pretty high after after that win from Arizona, but we shall see what happens. But I wanted to also look at this. I guess the NFL's looking at changing the COVID guidelines after the outbreaks from the Rams and the Browns. I guess had a bunch of players uh, catch it. There's a lot of players. Okay, yeah. So the Browns, the Texans, the Giants, and Washington were other teams that got pretty heavily affected. And here it says if Los Angeles is unable to field a competitive team with the state of its roster, the NFL may be forced to reschedule the game or change how the COVID reserve list operates. So this this whole thing, man, it's going to be interesting to watch because essentially they're either going to change because like if you have enough, like if you can't field the team, I guess there's a rule. The rule is you forfeit the game. You forfeit the game if you don't actually have enough players to play because of them being put on this list. But they're either looking to change that rule somehow, some way, or or they're going to reschedule, actually reschedule the game. So they're actually going to change the rules possibly of the reserve list amount of time, or they are going to just reschedule the game. Hopefully they won't have to do that, and hopefully all our guys can make it. And they say that the goal of potential changes would be to reduce the time frame of a return for a vaccinated asymptomatic individual that has tested positive for the virus. NFL is talking to the union about changing protocols, but is also looking at what it can do unilaterally as COVID cases rise, mass Zoom meetings, and according to a league source, shortening the time frame for a return for a vaccinated asymptomatic player who tests positive. Okay, they're just going on. So, but basically, man, basically they're just the Rams, due to the Rams having a lot of people getting put on the list and other teams, they're looking at maybe changing the rules or either changing the rules of the length of time you can be on the list, or just rescheduling the game in general. It's kind of crazy, Sean. It's a tough deal right now. Try not to let it get to you. I understand it has got to be stressful. I saw on one of the Zoom calls he had with reporters that he said, I guess they're quarantined, or they're not able. I guess they're not able to practice. Like they shut down the facility and stuff for like the next 2 days, like yesterday and today. So, I mean, it's a lot to deal with, man. So y'all just follow the protocol, and just there's not a whole lot more you can do other than that, Sean. So just kind of sit on your hands, get ready for the game, have them look at the playbook, study the game plan, and then we'll just see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But that's going to be it for now, guys. I will catch you guys on the next one, and as always, go Rams.